It's 5 p.m.
All right, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. It's all good, kids, because you're here with us and we're here with you on Polkas After Dark on Facebook Live.
YouTube.
And our broadcast link.
With the C.com.
Hey, we welcome you guys here. We're excited because in a little while, we're going to be chatting live with Mr. Mike Maduzia, all the way from Chicago, Illinois. I'm getting that
you got a frog.
froggy thing again. Dang it, I hate that. Especially when I first start out. Hey, speaking of first starting out, why don't we get a song by The Project? One of the tunes that is going to be featuring Mr. Mike Maduzia on the drums. Actually, all of their songs on the First and 10 recording by The Project are going to be featuring Mike on the drums. And we've got a couple more songs that we're going to be playing from different bands. Let's see, he's played with Milwaukee's Chicago Milwaukee Avenue. He's played with Freeze Dried, performed with those guys, and just had a lot of fun. And let's go ahead and start the broadcast out right. We're going to say hello to Mr. Al Pietkowski, also to his lovely wife, Donna. She's probably there. He's forcing her to watch this again. Hey, also Lois Elkahari, and it looks like Linda Petrozeski is here. Also, hello to Barbara Morose. She is here. Georgia and Javi, long time no see. Chris Curtis, Roger Mulinowski. Holy smokes, we've got a band of renowns here, and we thank you guys all for tuning in to Polkas After Dark.
The more I think I know, the less I do. I guess I need a change of attitude. So many times I thought that I knew best. Guess I'm no better than the rest. The hands of time have proved that I was wrong. So I tell you in this simple song, I'm not asking for your sympathy. I just want you here with me. There are times I know maybe I should go, and other times I should stay. We ought to work it out, see what true love's all about, or go our separate ways. Gotta sing their song, do what they feel even if it's wrong. And if you're thinking that you know best, then you're no better than the rest. Maybe time will wipe your tears away, and we can show our love a better day. Yeah, someday life should bring us to our knees. Then we'll need some company. There are times I know maybe I should
that, starting things off right with the project, and you guys are going to get a chance to see them perform live once again for the first time in living color for the final edition of the project, and that's going to be shut up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say shut
Yes,
up. Be quiet, please. I'm on the air. I'm talking. People are watching. I got a nasty thing going on with this throat. Hey, but the nice part is I'm going to get this checked in just a couple of weeks because, I got some doctor's appointments coming up, so that's always fun. Hey, look, we're on the big screen. Hey, but listen, you're going to be able to hear the project live on December the 30th in Independence, Ohio. You know, I wish Mike Matuzek were here because he used to always do some really cool stuff, some advertising. He's going to be doing some stuff for us anyhow, sooner than later. We want to say hello to Sarah Lackey. She is here. Also, hopefully Lucas is in the house. Hello, Lucas. Raise the house for Lucas. We're going to say hello to him. Also, Donza Stavna Ramanzo. She's tuned in. Chris Tansky, the president of our Buffalo Polka Boosters. Andy Haverlick is here. We've got, once again, Roger Malinowski, Chris Curtis, Georgianne Havey. Barb Morose is tuned in. Linda P., Linda Petrozeski, Al Pietkowski, Lois Alcori. Let's see. Erica Belanda McMaster has joined us. Pete and Val Skovren are here. Thank you guys so much for popping in. Andy Haverlick, I think I mentioned him as well.
My cousin Billy.
Your cousin Billy is here. Hey, Billy Sorowski. Welcome to Polkas After Dark. And also, let's see here, Helena Garbach is here. So we've got a nice crowd in here so far. Let's go ahead and play a little bit of Raindrops, Chicago's Milwaukee Avenue. there making some noise. That's Chicago's Milwaukee Avenue. A little bit of raindrops. The Pada Deschek polka. Hey, you're tuned to Polkas After Dark. We thank you guys so much for popping in here. We're going to be talking live with Mr. Michael Maduzia in just, I want to say maybe 15 minutes or so, 17 minutes. We're going to be getting him on the line real soon. And we also want to say good evening, good afternoon to Jean Soika. Jean is here. Helena Garbach says, I hope your back is much better today. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Helena. That is very, very nice of you to mention that.
Mine's feeling a little better too.
Oh, good. See, that's great. All these
I decided to drink today instead of take pain medicine, so we only know.
There you go. Hey, it looks like Bruce Michaels is here, so we're going to say hello to Bruce. Oh, gosh. Hey, I was talking briefly about, Mike Matuzak, how he always does some really, really nice advertising and stuff for us. And you guys probably caught the advertisement that he did on Jeff Yash's page for the Puko Yashu New Year's Eve extravaganza. Coming up, we're going to be telling you all about that. But we just have kind of 4 bullet points that we'd like for Mike Matuzak to go over. Mike, you want to jot these down, and we want you to say Puko Yashu, okay? Then we want you to say Embassy Suites, if you could do that. Then how about Independence, Ohio, because that's where it's going to be located. New Year's Eve, and then maybe throw something in like, I don't know, it's a place to be or something like that. Mike, can you do that? Go ahead. Let's try it.
Ukayashu, Embassy Suites, Independence, Ohio. New Year's Eve. It's the place to be.
Either.
And yes, he is talking about this event right here. Jerry, why don't you
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't have
mention
it
this?
up.
Oh, that's okay. I've had that problem for years. I'm taking, I click the button and it just doesn't show up on the screen until after the
Yes.
fact.
Well,
But
I like
go
the
ahead.
one that you have up, but I have the one with more details that I usually pull up so that
Well,
I can
sure.
say more stuff.
And if you notice that the Puko Yashu has been using this a lot
That's
because
awesome.
Jeff says that he kind of likes this. It's a little more detailed and a little easier to read. And so go ahead,
All right,
mention
Puko
that.
Yashu presents another New Year's weekend extravaganza at the Embassy Suites. And that is located at 5800 Rockside Woods Boulevard in Independence, Ohio. The telephone number for the hotel is 216-986-9900. When you go to get your room, be sure that you ask for room block code PK5, and the deadline for that is December 15th. So you have a little bit of time, and you still have time to make up your mind if you want to come hang out with us. But on Friday night, Robin and I will be doing a live broadcast from 8 p.m. until midnight. They set us up in this really cool little room, and everybody can come and just sit with us and have a good conversation,
A cocktail.
listen to some good music.
Oh, yeah.
And just hang out. On Saturday, December 30th, there is a brisk walk with Puko Yashu, Top Golf. Robin and I, again, will be doing a live broadcast sometime in the afternoon. There's a sip and paint, trivia, and then the big event. That was my drum roll.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Oh, pretty sick
On
drum roll,
December
but okay.
30th, The Project and Michael Costa and the Beat. Doors open at 3 p.m. Music and dancing from 4 until 10 p.m. Jam session from 10 p.m. till midnight. There is food available for purchase. On Sunday, December 31st, we're going to start off with the Bloody Mary party with DJ Bruce Z, some brisk walking, yoga, bingo, and then New Year's Eve celebration. To end 2023, we have Michael Costa and the Beat, the Dynabrass, and Polka Family. Doors open up at 4:30, dinners at 5, music and dancing from 5:30 to 1 a.m.
Yes.
More information, you could give Mike Pukowski a call at 908-209-9843. From what I understand, he takes text at that too. So if you just want to send him a quick text and say, hey, need more info, send it too. He'd be very happy to do that as well.
Now that's Mike Pukowski?
Yes.
Well.
Okay, so Mike will be able okay.
And then we have...
That's his key. That's his signature
It
right now.
is.
You know that,
It
don't
is,
you?
absolutely.
Yeah.
You can also give Jeff Yash a call at 518-281-1587. There's flyers on both Jeff and Mike's Facebook page.
There's also information on ours.
Yep.
I think Jill is posting some stuff every now and then, but that's a weekend, kids, that you don't want to miss. Hey, speaking something that you don't want to miss.
It wasn't done yet.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Oh,
So
I'm
even
sorry.
if you can't stay for New Year's Eve, but you don't have any plans for Saturday, you can still come hang out with us.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that are going to be doing that
I know a
from
lot
Buffalo.
of people that are doing that as well.
Yep, they're driving out. They're staying overnight Saturday, and they're heading back home Sunday to celebrate New Year's Eve with family and friends close by. Yeah, that'll be nice.
I'm sorry.
No,
Don't
that's
want to
fine.
miss one?
Hey, don't want to miss this guy performing. We're going to be talking with him in less than 10 minutes or so. I'm going to get him on the horn pretty soon. Here's another tune by The Project. Here's one called Judy's Polka. Good evening to Karen Hootie. She's here also. Ellie Filikowski. Hello to you, Ellie. Welcome to Polkas After Dark, kids. Dave Lubovinsky. Did I say hello to Dave? I can't remember.
I first saw you at a dance, and you were talking with your girlfriend. Staring at you, you gave a glance. Your warm smile made me break my trance. Judy, you are a beauty. I love you truly with all my heart. Judy, you're such a cutie. I love you always, we'll never part. I walked over, said hello, although I'm as bashful as can be. We got acquainted and we danced. I knew right then you were meant for me. Judy, you are a beauty. I love you truly with all my heart. Judy, you're such a cutie. I love you always, we'll never part. After 2 years of happy dating, we both decided that it's time. Let's make arrangements to get married. Give me your love, I'll give you mine. Judy, you are a beauty. I love you truly with all my heart. Judy, you're such a cutie. I love you always, we'll never part.
Hey folks, I've been asked by Chris Tansky, the Buffalo Polka Booster president, to give you a little message regarding the meeting coming up November the 15th, and I figured, well, the best way to do it is to put Mr. Greg Schwoiduk on the radio here, so go right ahead, Gregory.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Jerry. And certainly thank you to Chris Tansky and all of the board of directors and members of the Buffalo Polka Boosters. It was about a month ago, and I love to get involved with charities through my radio show and really kind of elicit a positive response as we support Western New Yorkers that are not as well off as we may be. And I had a conversation with Sister Janice, who's the powerhouse, along with her entire staff at St. Adalbert's Response to Love Center. And I said, you know what, Sister Janice, holidays are coming up. I'd really like to kind of get behind a special project. And she says, you know what? God brought you to me today, Greg, because I have one in mind. She says, we are preparing holiday packets for the less fortunate. And these aren't people that just automatically sign up. They're vetted by the Response to Love Center. Their needs are immense and deep. And she says, we wanted to give them a giveaway for the holiday, something that they may not buy for themselves, and that's bedding. And I says, okay, bedding. And she says, no, but wait, we've got the pillowcases, we have the sheets, we have the bedspread to go over the bed, but Greg, we don't have the pillows. And I said, you know what, Sister Janice, it is an absolute perfect project for us. And I want to thank the Buffalo Polka Boosters for helping us out. It's something that we coined the Pillows and Prayers Project for the Response to Love Center. What we're doing is collecting new unused pillows that we are going to make a mass distribution to Sister Janice and all the staff at the Response to Love Center so that they can include it in their holiday gift giving season. You know what? I stopped by Walmart a couple of days ago. Pillows were only $4. I mean, it's less than a cup of coffee at one of those big box places that you drive by a million times. Want to thank all the people who have already reached out to the Response to Love Center, but we need hundreds of pillows. So what I'm asking for you to do is to, next time you're at, your Kohl's, your Walmart, your Targets, grab a pillow or two, and I'm going to be stationed with my vehicle outside the Buffalo Polka Boosters next monthly meeting, which is coming up, I believe, Wednesday, November the 15th. We'll load them directly in and make a donation. And I've said this a million times. You know what? The warm feeling you get for helping somebody that you don't even know is just multiplied 100 times. And Sister Janice assures me that the prayers of the Pillows and Prayers Project will be prayers of thanksgiving from her staff there at the Response to Love Center and the recipients of such a meaningful gift. And she explains that, some of these people sleep on couches or just a sleeping bag. And how can you sleep at night without something as simple as a pillow? So we're asking you to help support us, thanking the Buffalo Polka Boosters, and certainly you and Jerry Rob for helping us get the word out. It's our Pillows and Prayers Project to benefit the less fortunate through the Response to Love Center located on the east side of Buffalo. Going to be positioned right outside the Buffalo Polka Boosters meeting coming up on Wednesday, November the 15th. And I believe that's 445 Columbia Avenue, just outside the doors of the Response to Love Center. We'll take checks made out to the Response to Love Center. We will take pillows, we'll load them up and deliver them on your behalf. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you guys for helping me out in what I consider is a huge, worthwhile project. Robin, Jer, thanks for your support.
Hey, well, thank you, Gregory, for taking the time to do that. Very, very nice plug. Also, make sure you kids do bring a pillow, a brand new pillow, in a sealed bag or whatever you guys are going to do. Jerry mentioned that we're going to probably go out and buy a couple of those airbags.
Sucky bags.
Yeah, the sucky bags, because that will really help Greg out a lot so he doesn't have a whole bunch of pillows in the back of that vehicle. But we can do that, and we'll take a vacuum and plug it in.
Sure.
And, yeah, we can do that.
I'm sure they have one there.
Well, yeah, but we can do it where we can just pull the hose off because they may have the old-fashioned type. Hey, folks, and again, that is this coming Wednesday at the Buffalo Polka Booster meeting. You do want to make sure that you're there, 445 Columbia in Depew. Hey, we're going to be getting Mr. Mike Maduzia on the phone right now, but before we do that, let's have him play an oberek by Chicago's Milwaukee Avenue. Here's one called The Floating Rock. Hey, a little bit of the floating rock obetic. That is Chicago's Milwaukee Avenue. And we are very fortunate and proud to have with us on the live line today for Polkas After Dark for an interview live from wherever he's at. I don't know if he's in Chicago, if he's in Indiana, if he's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have no idea, but we're going to find out. Michael, can you hear me?
Barely.
Yeah, I had mentioned that you probably will. You probably will hear me, but not as loud as you normally would. Hey, so how you doing, Michael?
Pretty good. We're driving right now on the way to a comedy club.
Oh, nice. Good. Who are you going to see?
What's that?
Who are you going to see?
I don't know. Kathy's cousin had some tickets, so you're like, want to go? I'm like, sure, why not?
Oh, nice. Good. Hey, Michael, well, thanks again for joining us. I do appreciate that. I want to ask you a couple of questions, and you've caught some of the interviews here before, so I'm going to start. What's that?
Oh, no. It is.
Okay, Michael, did we lose you, or do we still have you here?
Are you there?
Oh, yeah, that's a lot better, too, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I take it you are talking on the actual phone and not the Bluetooth or the speakerphone.
Wow, this is really hard to hear.
Oh, okay. How about now? Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Okay. Hey, well, let me ask you, first of all, how old were you when you heard your first polka song?
As early as I have any kind of memory of anything. Polkas have been around me since birth. In fact, probably before birth, in the womb.
There you go. And, of course, that is probably because you've had a very talented father, Mr. Wally Maduzia, who's played, just about everything. Concertina, clarinet, sax.
Oh, yeah.
And, let me get into this because we're just out of the month of October. You've played a lot of Oktoberfests with some guys recently, haven't you?
Yeah, the Polka Mojo Ensemble, and also known as the Bratwurst Brothers during Oktoberfest season.
Gotcha. And who plays in that group, Mike?
Right now, it's the Rizuko brothers, Rick and Odie, Johnny Krabi, myself, Joey Darris, Andrew Oksheshik, and a fellow by the name of Carl Horn.
Oh, gotcha. And now let's see. You've performed with the Oktoberfest gang. You've performed and recorded with CMA, Chicago's Milwaukee Avenue. You've also recorded and performed with Freeze Dried. But the big draw this coming New Year's Eve is going to be you guys getting together again with the project.
Yes, we're definitely looking forward to that.
And when are you guys getting out there? Are you getting out there on Friday?
Yeah, I'm guessing Friday night because we're going to have to probably set up kind of early on Saturday, so want to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when we get there and ready to go.
Gotcha. Hey, tell us about some of the recordings that you've done. What studios have you recorded in, Mike?
Well, the first one I ever did was with Tony Blazonczyk and the Southside Sound back in '92. And then right after that was the CMA recording that you played a little bit from already. And then, of course, there was the 3 freeze-dried discs, and then the project. Oh, and then also I sat in on a Joe Valega album at one point.
Oh, nice. I haven't played Joe Valega in a while. Hey, I'd mentioned to you briefly when we were getting ready to go on the air that your idol, my idol, and every drummer's idol is here in the chat room and listening to the interview, and that, of course, is Mr. Roger Malinowski.
Also known as the man.
The man. I would say the man, the myth, the legend. He's definitely not a myth, and he is definitely a legend. That is for certain.
He is real, and he is spectacular.
Yes, here. Hey, so I'm going to run through a few more questions here. First of all, tell me with the band that you performed with with CMA, who were the players in the group?
When I originally joined the band, it was Johnny Kravich, myself, Joey Darris, Kevin Altenberg, Teddy Kevich, and Joey Schmiel. When we actually recorded, Joey Schmiel and Teddy had left the band, so that recording is actually 4 guys. So that's me, John, Joey, and Kevin.
Oh, wow.
Joey did both the horn parts. Kevin did box and bass. And then, of course, Kravich was on accordion with me on drums. And that was the precursor to the freeze-dried days.
Wow. Man, that is that's a huge recording, and of course the freeze-dried guys as well. Now, fast forward a little bit to freeze-dried and tell me who was in the group when you recorded with them.
The first recording was it was Johnny and Teddy O. My dad was on clarinet and sax. Wally Maduzia, of course, if you don't know who my dad is. Johnny Kravich, Kevin Altenberg, Joey Darris, and myself. And then also, I think on three or 4 songs, Glenn Hootie was on bass.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then the second album, Joey had left to pursue some rock interests with the local group, so we got Jimmy Chainsaw Kuharski in the band at that point. And then for the third album, Kevin left, and then Joey came back, so he was on that one.
Gotcha.
And I'm sorry. And then for the second and third, my dad left, and Dave Matera came in.
Oh, Dave Matera. There's a name and a blast from the past.
That's a blast from every day with me. I worked with the guy for 18 years.
Oh, is that right? So you still work with him today?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I think he's listening.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Well, I sure hope he is. And David, if you are listening, we'd love to get a chance to interview you at some point next year, because talk about all the tales that he could reveal from the different bands that he played with, including Stashka Lanka and the Chicago Masters. I remember meeting Dave back then, but I digress. Let me ask you another thing too. Besides those bands that you have played with and recorded with, have you worked with any other guys?
Yeah, here and there. I mean, obviously, not a lot of bands that never recorded with me, but currently I'm with the music company.
Oh, gotcha.
Been with them for 13 years. Basically a staple in Chicago. Been around. I think this is going to be in January. It's going to be the 55th year consecutive with the music company.
Holy smokes! And you're talking Rick Rizutko's band, right?
Yep. He was with the band since '74, I think. So yeah, that's I think the longest current running band in Chicago right now.
55 years, and he started when he was 2. I can't believe that.
Exactly.
Actually played trumpet when he was 2.
And he was just as ornery back then as well.
I'll bet he is. Holy smokes! Hey, Michael, do you play any other instruments besides drums? Have you picked up anything, tinkered with anything other than that?
Well, I've picked up plenty of things and moved them over so I can set up my drums. No, just drums with me. Actually, I played 7th and 8th grade. I played cornet.
Oh, nice.
And then I realized, this music and reading music and it's not for me. I want to hit stuff.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate that, because I am not a reader. When it comes to music, I have to do everything by ear. I always have and always will. Hey, I'm going to ask you this now. Is there a band that you have never, ever performed with, but have always wanted to, past or present?
Oh, of course. I mean, if it was possible, I would have loved to have played with the Dynatones, PBC, and of course Lenny Gamuka. I never had a chance. I did have a chance to play with Eddie a few times. I played with the boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lenny and TBC and Dynatones never had a chance.
We have some pictures that we were able to snag off of your Facebook page to be able to show in the background of some various folks. And we also want to thank Judy. Judy didn't know that we stole some off of her page too, but thank you, Judy. Thanks again, Judy, for letting us do that. But it's nice to be able to see a lot of the pictures of you performing. We also have some family pictures and such. You with mom, dad, sis. You also have a brother too, don't you?
Oh yeah, Dave.
Dave. Okay, all right. And so we got just a whole bunch of stuff there that we snagged. How about this? The Chicago Milwaukee Avenue Band. How did they get their name?
That you're going to have to ask Johnny Kravich. I do not have a story for that one.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, we can definitely do that, because we're going to be talking to John sometime next year. That's in the guaranteed side.
Yeah, that band formed when I was, I think, in sixth or seventh grade. So,
Oh, wow. Okay. And how about what what genre of music does Michael Maduzia listen to when he's not listening to polkas?
a lot, and most things pre 1992. And I would owe that to the fact of my family because of what they listen to. So, besides my mom and dad with the polkas, I have an aunt that's 10 years older, an aunt and uncle that are 12 years older, and an aunt that's 15 years older. So when I was, just a toddler, I was subject to everything that they listened to, which of course I started listening to. So anything from the 70s, like my favorite bands are Tower of Power, Chicago, the Doobie
Oh,
Brothers, the Eagles, and Steely Dan. So that's pretty
wow.
much where I kind of fit in.
I remember, I believe I was playing with the Dynatones one job in Chicago. And at the end of the job, nobody was really tired. I hopped into your car and we went, I think it was either taco shopping or pizza shopping. What was it?
Oh, it was probably burritos.
Yes, yes. I do
Yeah,
remember
anybody
that.
that comes to Chicago got to get a burrito. Jay-Z will attest to that.
Okay, now, and I'm going to go back and forth with a lot of things here that I do want to also ask. Tell us about the Head Rush playing with the project. You've got some very, very talented guys on stage with the Oksheshiks, and we're going to be interviewing them not next week, but the week after. We've got some great drummers lined up because I'm going to be talking with Kenny Yash next weekend on Sunday.
Nice.
And then the following week, we bring in the Brothers O. But tell us a little bit about playing with what I consider the Head Rush band. You've got Jay-Z, you've got Nigel, Eddie Shivets, the O's, and Pete Dardzinski. What is it like to you?
Yeah, the best way to describe that for who they are, who they were before I even started playing. That's like basically going to a baseball fantasy camp and, playing with Mickey Mantle or something like that. It's like those guys are, like it's just a wow factor. That's pretty
Sure.
much, all you could say.
Sure, I got you. And what was it like to record in the studio with those guys? Where did you record, by the way? Where was First and 10 recorded?
In different pieces, it was done in Jay-Z's basement was the rhythm section.
Okay.
And actually, I had to record. Nigel couldn't make it that day, so John had to play left hand because I complained so much about when I had to do the freeze-dried recordings. I pretty much had to record by myself.
Oh,
And we
wow.
worked out the songs as we were recording. So I'm like, John, can I please have a rhythm section to play with when we record this album? And so, of course, lo and behold, Nigel couldn't make it that day. So John played left hand. So it was me, John, and Pete. And then here and there, like some of the stuff was done at Johnny O's house in his basement. A lot of the horns and the vocals were recorded over there. So, yeah, kind of split between the Johns.
Interesting. Very interesting. So again, with the way the instrumentation was, you guys kind of did it in different parts. It wasn't actually all done at the same time like a lot of the earlier bands had to do.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we pretty much picked out, I think, 6 or 7 of the songs that are on the album we were already doing before we decided to record. So we kind of had those pretty much locked up, and then there was the other 4 that we learned just for the album.
Okay. And then the project played, they performed, they recorded, they performed some more. I remember a live recording that Jay-Z had sent me back in when you guys were playing at 2019 at the USPA convention and festival. And that, of course, is shortly after that, COVID hit. And we had an abundance of bands that were sending us some live material. We thank everybody for that, for the bands that have done just that. But Jay-Z was like, hey, let me send you some clips. And boy, I'll tell you what, they were huge. I don't know who recorded them live, but just a fantastic sound, as you guys always do. Now, you disbanded for a while, and then all of a sudden, tell us about how this project, no pun intended, came about for New Year's Eve.
Well, of course, our last gig, as you mentioned, was in 19. So I think it was June 3rd of 19. We played at the Hammond Mohawks in Indiana. And of course, nobody saw COVID coming. So once that hit, um, everything just kind of shut down. And then I don't know if it was like that we were forgotten, but we just kind of like, everybody just kind of did their own thing. And it was the phone stopped ringing, and all of a sudden Mike Pukowski called John. I think it was January of this year.
Okay.
And he asked me, he goes, "Hey, what are the chances of a reunion for New Year's Eve?" And John's like, "Well, let me ask the guys and see." He goes, if one guy doesn't want to do it, we're not going to do it. So John started the calls, and surprisingly, everybody was all in. And so it just, and I told the O's, they're like, "Well, we haven't practiced or picked up the horns in like 2 years." I'm like, "Well, you got 11 months, so you can learn a song a week and be ready." Let's
there you go. That's all they need. Exactly. Oh, that's funny. I got to ask you this because I had the extreme pleasure of performing on stage with Nigel on bass. Tell me what it's like to play with Nige in the rhythm section.
Well, he's the gold standard. I mean, you can't go out of time with him. You could try a lick, and if it doesn't work, you can always come back, and he's still right there. He is like solid metronome, right on the money. He's Mr. Smooth, Mr. Groove, man. It's like unbelievable.
You are absolutely right. I'm glad you mentioned that because there were a lot of times that I tried to do some funky stuff, and if I would lose it, all I had to do was just listen for the bass beat because I knew that's where it was. And it's kind of like you're sitting in your basement and you're practicing to a recording. Back in those days, I would move the needle on the record and I'd keep going back and forth with stuff trying to do that. But that's exactly it. I totally agree with what you're saying. When you've got that bass punching and he doesn't miss a beat, no pun intended, he literally is just there.
And he's very intuitive too. Like I haven't played a ton with him, but he just picks up on all your tells too. It's like, you're the worst poker player in the world when you're playing with him. Like a few times when I was thinking about what am I going to do, and I would do something, and he would be right there.
Yes.
And I'd look over him. He had that little smirk on his face. He's like, I saw that one coming.
He is scary. He
like,
really
I'm glad
is.
You did because I didn't.
He is really scary when it comes to that stuff. I mean, you wonder where his mind is, the creativity, and like you're saying, as soon as you do something, he's like right on top of it. Scary. Hey, also with Jay-Z's push, I've worked with some very talented accordion players. Al Pietkowski, fantastic guy. Mike Nowakowski. But Jay-Z, when I sat on the stage with him, I just had a lot of fun because and each accordion player has their own push style, guaranteed. But there's just something about Jay-Z when he hits the pocket, he's in the pocket. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And again,
those late '90s Dynatones, man, holy cow! You want to talk about a groove?
Oh, we had a lot of fun on the stage and off the stage with that band. We really, really did. Hey, we've got a lot of drummers here. Bernie Gorick is here. Andy Boychuk is here.
Which Bernie? One, two, or three?
Well, let's see. I think it could be one, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't actually show the two next to him, so I don't really know for sure, but that whole family is talented as well. Holy smokes. Let's see, who else do I have? I have Chris Bukowski. He is here from the Cheektowaga, New York area, Cheektowaga, Depew, another fantastic drummer. We've got some great guys and gals in here, but a lot of musicians. When we do interviews with the musicians, it's hands down. People just want to hear the memories and everything like that. Do you have a most memorable gig that you performed on stage?
I would say it's probably a tie with two of the freeze-dried gigs that we played. One was the Seven Springs of 2004. It was one of those moments in time where it's just like you couldn't believe what was happening. Because with me, I was never in a top flight, headliner, like, so when Freeze Dry really started taking off, it was a little wild for me to actually see people in front of the bandstand listening to a band I was playing in. But Springs really, summer Springs of '04 really took the cake. I mean, it was insane. Like 10 minutes before we were ready to start, I was trying to go to the bathroom in that little hallway between the front and back hall.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a salmon trying to swim upstream. I could not get through the people coming through the hallway, trying to get in front of the band before we started. It was unbelievable.
Back in those days.
And then the other one would be the 2006 Frankenmuth, when we brought the icicles out the first time.
Oh, wow. That was another.
Just like the loudest roar I've ever heard from a crowd. Of course, that I was responsible for, I should say.
Yeah, and the Icicles did a fantastic job. I don't know whose idea that was. Probably when Johnny is on sometime next year, we'll get a chance to ask him. It could have even been his baby, but you were talking.
It was.
Was it?
For sure.
Was it? You were talking about 2004 at Seven Springs. Those were the days that Eddie Blazonczyk Sr. and Zip Lubovinsky, God rest both of their souls, they had a lot of fun bringing stuff in from different areas. And it was nice because, us guys from Pennsylvania back in those days, it was nice to be able to catch and listen to the different bands. Now, I, of course, had migrated up to Buffalo during that particular time, but it was just so nice to be able to catch bands that you never, ever heard before live. And just like the Tones. Now, I have to admit, Roger Malinowski is in the chat room here. And Roger, everybody says he is the god of drummers. And I think every drummer that you talk to, they have learned bits and pieces from this guy. But you grew up hearing the Tones, and that's something that I only heard on cassette decks in our van with the sounds as we were traveling back and forth to different states. But tell us what it was like to actually have Dad playing with Senior and then the Tones.
Well, the Tones was always an interesting thing because, when you're a kid, you don't understand really what's going on. But all of a sudden, these guys start showing up for band practice, like, oh, wow, it's like kind of cool. And like they're bringing equipment and there's cords and wires. And it's like, it was just so cool. But yeah, I have a few faint memories of being little at a rehearsal. And I think there was they played in somebody's basement for some like party. I don't know if it was somebody in the band. I just remember sitting on the basement floor and right in front of the band, just watching and be like, wow. But the more clear memories I have are when I was in high school and my dad would take me on a gig when they would do private gigs, and he's like, you can go, but just sit there and don't walk away, don't cause any trouble. So I would just sit there with my recorder, standing behind Roger or sitting behind Roger, watching and just watching the crowd, and it was amazing.
Oh yeah,
the Tones were definitely fun. I loved everything about that era and that group.
I remember Andrew Kaczmarski and myself, we were standing behind the stage watching Full Circle play in Cheektowaga, New York. And, you're watching Roger's hands, and Andy and I are looking at each other like, what did he just do? And why can't we capture that? It's just, the guy's totally amazing. But again, I digress because we're making this all about you today. Tell me, who did you idolize growing up? And it could be in the polka music world, it could be in another genre, but who did you idolize growing up?
Well, for polkas, of course, the obvious, it was Roger and then Tony Kempinski, who actually gave me my first pair of drumsticks.
Really?
They used to come over to the house all the time after, coming in town for a dance or a festival or something. They would end up crashing in our basement, and I was mad because we only had one TV, and I couldn't watch Saturday morning cartoons because my mom was like, "Don't go down there, you're going to wake them up." But of course, Roger, Tony, Larry Trojak, Bobby Zima, Jerry Tokars, and of course yourself. And funny, since we've been talking about Roger, I think I told you this before, but when I first got my set of drums and started practicing, we went by Roger's house because he let me use his. That he wasn't using, to try them out and see if I liked it, and he started giving me like some albums out of his collection. He goes, here, take these and listen to it. He goes, and he gives me the Sounds Like Old Times. He goes, listen to this guy, Robin. He's good. He's like, you're going to like what he does. Listen to him a lot. So I just figured I'd give you that little
Wow.
toss to the tip of the cap.
That means a lot. Thank God I don't have a hat on because it wouldn't fit. You've just inflated my head like to 50 pounds PSI. Do you sing at all, Michael?
Only to myself. I do a handful of harmonies with the Bratwurst Brothers Polka Mojo thing, but nothing lead.
Is there
I don't have the confidence.
Well, is there a favorite song that you like to sing? Maybe if it's in the shower, if you're driving the car and you pop something on. Is there something really that hits you and says, man, I love this song, and you just start belting it out?
Oh, that was a question I was not expecting.
No,
nothing comes to mind right now, but anything that strikes, anything with the Eagles, you try to sing those harmonies and everything. But yeah, anything with big harmonies is always fun to sing along with.
Yeah, hear. What you had alluded to the fact that you are working with Dave. Are you able to tell me what you do without divulging the name of the company? Because we don't want you to do that. But tell us what you do for a living.
Yeah, we're the two of us work in the same department, in the distribution department. We work for a third-party clinical packaging facility. So we work as a contractor for major pharma that are sending a particular drug to trial. So we do all the packaging and distribution of their drug.
Wow. And how long have you been doing that?
We both started in 2005.
Oh, geez. So it's been a little while.
Yeah, so we got some time put in.
Good for you. Where are you hanging your hat these days? Because I had mentioned Chicago, then I had mentioned Indiana. Where are you living now? Where are you residing?
Oh, I'm living with my lovely fiance right now, as we are searching for a house. So I moved in with her, so I didn't have to pay for an apartment anymore. It's kind of silly. Like, we're not getting married unless we live together. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're in Minooka, Illinois.
And I will tell you this, thank you to Kathy ahead of time for that, but Jerry and I have been together for 13 years. I can't believe it. We were both previously married. Everybody says, hey, are you guys going to get married? And we said no, because, as we get up there in years, I mean, Jerry's in her late 50s. I just turned 65. And it's one of those things, if you're happy and you know it, let it be. So to speak. But yeah, I do understand where she says, hey, you want to live together first and then see if it's gonna make things happen and then end up getting married. But Jerry and I have been together for 13 years and we love it. We really do. We wouldn't change.
Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, we wouldn't change the partnership at all for any love nor money. Let me also.
What's that?
I said we wouldn't change that partnership for any love nor money.
I would not either right now. Yeah. I am very happy.
Yeah, that's great. And you can see it in the smile on your face when she's next to you in a lot of these pictures. It's really the big eyes, and it's wow. It's really cool.
You want to talk about support too. She's at everything I play, right in front, always taking pictures with the smile, and she's definitely my better half.
That helps. That helps a lot. I can't wait to get a chance, and Jerry can't wait to get a chance to see you guys on that New Year's Eve, that big New Year's Eve extravaganza that's going to be coming up December the 29th, 30th, and 31st. Jerry and I are going to start things off on that Friday evening with a quick broadcast from 8 p.m. to midnight. Maybe go on a little bit earlier, maybe stay on a little bit later because we're kind of in control of that stuff, which is fun. And then on the 30th, you guys take the stage, the project, with The Beat, Michael Costin, The Beat 3.0. And I also now have to ask you this. What do you think of Alex Yash on drums?
Say it again.
What do you think of Alex Yash on drums?
Complete animal. Absolute animal.
You're right. You are absolutely right.
He plays angry.
Yeah, he does, but it's so fun to watch him, and even his brother Nick and Sebastian too on bass. Those three kids, and I got to call them kids, I'm sorry, because I'm a lot older than they are, and so are you in a sense. But it's just amazing to see that energy up on stage like that. I mean, who would have fathomed that these three young cats would have grabbed a hold of Costa and Steve and said, hey, we want to have some fun with you guys. And Costa said, yeah, okay. It's just crazy. It really is.
Yeah. It's so much fun when you get to go up, with a group like that. Like, myself, it was always Joey Darris and Kevin Altenberg. Like every time something would happen, it would be the three of us. So it's always nice to have that group that you come up with, and you end up sticking together, throughout all the years.
Sure. That's truly amazing.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited about playing with the Beat. It's the first time I've ever shared the stage with Mike Costa in my whole life.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, because we were always on different schedules. The Limelight was around, and then they went away, and then I was with CMA and Southside Sound, and then we went away. Then the Beat showed up, and then they went away, and then it was when I was with Freeze Dried. So it was just like, the timing was we never played the same venue ever. So
wow.
It's going to be very exciting to share the stage with the Beat.
Man, I'll tell you something, Mike. I can't believe that we're already at 6 p.m. Eastern time here, 5 p.m. your time. We've already been on the phone for a half an hour. And in closing, I want to ask you two more questions. And the two important questions are, and if you've ever caught any of our broadcasts here and interviews on Polkas After Dark on Facebook Live or YouTube, you kind of know what these last two questions are. The first one is, do you have a favorite breakdown story, Michael?
I do, and it's easy to remember because I must be one of the luckiest musicians in the world, because I only have two stories about breaking down, and one of them involved gas. So, needless to say, that wasn't a very exciting story, but the one that I always tell is the Southside Sound heading out to Pillar Polka Operation in '92.
Oh, wow.
We broke down, and I'll never forget the town. It was Emlenton, Pennsylvania.
Emlenton.
Yeah. We happened to break down in I think it was a 24-hour garage and gas station. So they did not have the parts, so we had to go find other form of transportation. So Tony and Jason Uzel contacted Dana Lindblad, who lived in the area at the time. He came, picked them up, and they went off looking for some sort of vehicle. Like a few hours go by, and I'm sitting at the edge of the street or edge of the highway, and I see over the hill coming up is this giant yellow square. I'm like, no, that can't be. They rented a Ryder truck, like Home Alone, basically.
Oh,
so
priceless.
They pull into the parking lot. We empty the trailer in the back, and it was two guys in the cab and everybody else with all the equipment in the back of the Ryder truck, just like in Home Alone.
That's hands down one of the best breakdown stories I've heard so far.
And when we got to Ocean Beach, and that huge staircase that leads up to the main doors.
Oh yeah.
We pulled up, and they must have been waiting for us, and like the doors flew open. I swear, like 25 to 30 people come flying down the stage, and everybody grabbed something. I think we unloaded the truck in like 7 minutes.
Oh wow. That's huge.
That's my breakdown story.
That's huge. Now, what recordings of Freeze Dried were you on? What albums?
The first three. So that would be Artistically Challenged, Deliberate Confusion, and The Fear of Rubber Cushions.
Fear of Rubber Cushions. And that's one of my favorites as well, with the Rock the Boat. But we won't get into that right now. Hey, and my final question to you is, what would Mike Maduzia say to somebody that just wants to get started in music, Mike? It could be any genre of music whatsoever. It could be rock, polkas, hip-hop, whatever the case may be. What would you tell this person?
Well, I would probably tell them the same thing my dad told me when I got drums. He said, I understand you want to play. He goes, don't focus on one genre. Learn as many different things as you can. So that's what I did. I would say, don't cut yourself short. You probably want to play in a specific type of band, but make sure you're listening to all kinds of music, learning how to play all kinds of music, and really understand what you're listening to. Don't just play, to play. And another piece of advice that Roger gave me is play the song. Don't play the drums, play the song.
Yeah. Wow. That's a huge impact. I like that. I like that a lot. Don't play the drums, play the song.
Yep.
Hey, Mike, once again, thank you so very, very much. Also, thank Kathy for allowing me to keep you off the phone here for a half an hour. Hope you guys enjoy your time over at that comedy club. Don't drink too much. Don't have too much fun because you got to go to work tomorrow. But again,
definitely.
Again, I thank you so very, very much.
All right, you guys take care. Thank you for having me on. It's been my pleasure.
Hey, God bless you and love you and best to Dad.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. Michael Maduzia, and you guys are going to be able to catch him at that New Year's Eve extravaganza weekend, which is going to be December 29th, 30th, and 31st. And of course, on the 30th, the project takes the stage with Michael Costa and the Beat. And here's another project tune. Here's one called Riding from Warsaw.
Warszawy, wszystkie psy na mnie warczały. Jak się jechał od Krakowa, to myczała na mnie krowa. Popijałem śliwowice. Jak się jechał z kołami, trzymała się baba sił. Przyjechałem do Poznania, chciało się babie kochania. Przyjechałem do Wrocławia, baba ziemiec mnie namawia.
Hey, that's one by the project, one called Riding from Warsaw. Polkas After Dark, kids, is what you're tuned to. We so appreciate you stopping by here every weekend like you normally do, whether it be a Saturday evening from 7 to 9 p.m., or you're here on a Sunday afternoon like you are right now from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see. We got to say hello to some more people in the chat rooms here. Mr. Dave Zhenka is here. Jerome Skrasinski is also here. Linda Fagan-Gaylor and also Art. We're going to say hi to you kids. Fran Rosanna is here. Holy smokes. Looks like Anna Shemansky. Jill Cerniak, of course. Dave Rosansky decided to pop in. Mr. Greg Schwoiduk, of course, and we will see him this coming Wednesday at the Buffalo Polka Booster meeting over there at 445 Columbia. Don't forget to bring a pillow, not the one that you sleep on, but a brand new unwrapped pillow, because, we're going to ask Greg to mention this one more time on the broadcast. Greg? Hey folks, I've been asked by Chris Tansky, the Buffalo Polka Booster president, to give you a little message regarding the meeting coming up November the 15th, and I figured, the best way to do it is to put Mr. Greg Schwoiduk on the radio here, so go right ahead, Gregory.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Jerry. And certainly thank you to Chris Tansky and all of the board of directors and members of the Buffalo Polka Boosters. It was about a month ago. And, I love to get involved with charities through my radio show and really kind of elicit a positive response as we support Western New Yorkers that are not as well off as we may be. And I had a conversation with Sister Janice, who's the powerhouse, along with her entire staff at St. Adalbert's Response to Love Center. And I said, you know what, Sister Janice, holidays are coming up. I'd really like to kind of get behind a special project. And she says, you know what, God brought you to me today, Greg, because I have one in mind. She says, we are preparing holiday packets for the less fortunate. And these aren't people that just automatically sign up. They're vetted by the Response to Love Center. Their needs are immense and deep. And she says, we wanted to give them a giveaway for the holiday, something that they may not buy for themselves, and that's bedding. And I says, okay, bedding. And she says, no, but wait, we've got the pillowcases, we have the sheets, we have the bedspread to go over the bed, but Greg, we don't have the pillows. And I said, you know what, Sister Janice, it is an absolute perfect project for us. And I want to thank the Buffalo Polka Boosters for helping us out. It's something that we coined the Pillows and Prayers Project for the Response to Love Center. What we're doing is collecting new unused pillows that we are going to make a mass distribution to Sister Janice and all the staff at the Response to Love Center so that they can include it in their holiday gift giving season. You know what? I stopped by Walmart a couple of days ago. Pillows were only $4. I mean, it's less than a cup of coffee at one of those big box places that you drive by a million times. Want to thank all the people who have already reached out to the Response to Love Center, but we need hundreds of pillows. So what I'm asking for you to do is to, next time you're at, your Kohl's, your Walmart, your Targets, grab a pillow or two, and I'm going to be stationed with my vehicle outside the Buffalo Polka Boosters next monthly meeting, which is coming up, I believe, Wednesday, November the 15th. We'll load them directly in and make a donation. And I've said this a million times. You know what? The warm feeling you get for helping somebody that you don't even know is just multiplied 100 times. And Sister Janice assures me that the prayers of the Pillows and Prayers Project will be prayers of thanksgiving from her staff there at the Response to Love Center and the recipients of such a meaningful gift. And she explains that, some of these people sleep on couches or just a sleeping bag. And how can you sleep at night without something as simple as a pillow? So we're asking you to help support us, thanking the Buffalo Polka Boosters, and certainly you and Jerry Rob for helping us get the word out. It's our Pillows and Prayers Project to benefit the less fortunate through the Response to Love Center located on the east side of Buffalo. Going to be positioned right outside the Buffalo Polka Boosters meeting coming up on Wednesday, November the 15th. And I believe that's 445 Columbia Avenue, just outside the doors of the Response to Love Center. We'll take checks made out to the Response to Love Center. We will take pillows, we'll load them up and deliver them on your behalf. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you guys for helping me out in what I consider is a huge, worthwhile project. Robin, Jer, thanks for your support.
Hey, well, Greg, it goes twofold, threefold, fourfold. As long as I don't have to fold any bed blankets, that'll be all right. Hey, again, folks, please make sure if you're attending the Buffalo Polka Booster meeting this coming Wednesday over at the Polish Falcons in Depew, please make sure that you stop on the way or maybe take a run after the broadcast or take a run now over to your favorite location and grab a pillow or two. It will be very meaningful. Bring that, and it will be just so nice when Greg is able to pull up in front of the Response to Love Center and show off what the Buffalo Polka Booster gang can do when it comes to pillows and prayers. We also have something right now on your screen if you take a quick look at that, and that is the Buffalo Polka Booster Christmas Party that's going to be coming up Saturday, December the 9th from 6 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Music by special delivery. Jerry, tell them a little bit about what's going to happen there.
Well, you told them most of it.
Yes. No, please,
doors open
right
at 6 p.m.
Yeah,
There's a cash bar.
Okay.
You did not say 6.
I didn't say 6, but I could have. Yeah.
Dinner's at 6:30 sharp. Music and dancing with special delivery from 7:30 to 10:30. Yeah. Members are only $30. Guests are $40. Tables will be assigned seating from 8 to 10 people per table. Okay. And tickets must be purchased by December 1st, 2023.
Yes.
So that's not too far away from today.
Nope. That is 2 weeks from this coming Friday.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Everything is just whizzing by.
Yeah.
Tickets must be purchased by December 1st. Polish Falcons, 445 Columbia Drive, Depew, New York, 14043. For your tickets, you can reach out to Chris Tansky at 716-771-1076 or Barbaros at 716-668-2694. And we will see you there.
Yes, we will, because we are going to be there. We're going to also we're 99% sure that we are going to be showing up on Wednesday with a whole bunch of pillows.
Yes.
A truckload of pillows from, I don't know if we're going to go to one of the big box. Hey, Greg mentioned the big box stores.
Yes.
Where you get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I have not once gotten a cup of coffee at Home Depot or Lowe's. Not one time. I mean, I didn't even know that they had coffee. I'm going to have to look into that.
Oh, my.
But yeah, he
they
mentioned
have
that.
coffee makers.
Oh, okay, there you go. But I never stopped in there to grab a cup. I got to ask him about that. Why would he even say something about a big box store serving coffee? Like Walmart doesn't even serve coffee. Well, they might, because they have those little Subways and those other little restaurants there. Okay,
how about music?
Yeah, I was just going to say that same thing. Why not bring up some music? Why not bring up some Freeze Dried? I was joking around with Mike Maduzia during the interview, and Mike also asked us to mention something, Jerry.
Oh, yep.
Do you want to go ahead and, since you have the microphone on, why don't you tell them all about the march?
The Polka Mojo in March. It is held at Scully's hometown in Pulaski, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The date of the performance is Saturday, March 9th, 2024. The performance will be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. The concertina swap meet is 2 to 5 p.m. at Scully's, and that's just FYI only. So that event, again, is Saturday, March 9th, 2024 at Scully's hometown in Pulaski, Wisconsin.
Ooh. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And when is that again?
I just said March 9th.
March 9th. Okay.
March.
Well, thanks, Michael,
Planning
for taking the
March.
time to send that. I know he probably wanted to mention that, but I was taking him down so many different roads, so I apologize for that. I really, really do. But once again, thanks, everybody, for tuning us in here to Polkas After Dark. We've got Dave Lubovinsky is here, Mr. Jeff Yash, who is part of the Puko Yashu event that is coming up that we are going to be discussing. That's going to be a lot of fun. And, well, why don't we let Mike and Yash kind of take over and tell everybody all about this.
Time to start thinking about New Year's Eve!
What's coming up on New Year's? Here's Pukoyasu to tell you themselves. Well. Guess who's back? The dynamic duo. Of course. Huh? Let's talk about a weekend coming up on December 29th, 30th, and 31st. We start with Robin and Jerry welcome party. Saturday morning, Top Golf, brisk walks with our fat asses, free breakfast, the project and the beat. Saturday, December 30th. Wow. You don't want to miss this. And if that wasn't enough, a jam session afterwards?
Absolutely. Bring your instruments. We're going to have a knockout jam session at night after the dance is over.
And then we lead into New Year's Eve, December 31st. A little plug for our doggies. They're allowed. Embassy Suites does allow pets, so I don't want to hear that excuse. You're coming with your dogs. New Year's Eve. Oh my goodness. More walk-in with breakfast. Bingo. How about bingo? And don't forget yoga. And then we're leading into the party, the huge party, New Year's Eve, December 31st. We have Michael Costa and the Beat. We have the Dynabrass with Chris Hedrick and the fabulous Polka Family Band. You don't want to miss this event. It's going to be outstanding. You will not regret coming. It's going to be the time of your life. You missed it last year. Please come this year. I promise you a good time. Finish it, girls and boys.
If you're thinking about coming out, well, don't think anymore. Just get a hold of the hotel. Make sure that you get out there kind of early. Jerry and I are going to be out there, as Michael and Yash said, on Friday. We're going to be there from 8 p.m. to midnight doing a live broadcast. We can't wait for that. And speaking of Michael Costa and the Beat, let's get a really cool tune right now. Here's one called Wishes Come True Polka. Michael Costa and the Beat.
If I could make wishes come true, darling, I'd wish to spend my life with you. We travel the world far away, happy together each night and day. These dreams are a part of my life. Someday I might make you my wife. But if only you knew my name, then you might know me and feel the same. If I could make wishes come true, a garden of roses, 1,000 for you. I'd build you a home by the sea, sail the ocean, just you and me. We'd live our lives happy as one, have children, our daughter, our son. But these dreams remain part of my life. How I wish I could make you my wife. If I could make wishes come true, I get the courage to walk up to you and tell you my dreams I have planned, and one last wish that you'd understand. But I know this never could be. I'll just have to keep my dreams to me, because it's better to never know than pretend that you love me so.
Hey, here's a tune by the Dynabrass, one called Just Call Me Lonesome.
Just call me lonesome, heartbroken and some, 'cause I ain't got no one since you've been gone. You called me baby, now I got a new babe. I don't need my old one, call me lonesome from now on. You used to call me your one and only, but now you only call me someone you once knew. for some stranger. Stole my heart and stole my world, but he stole you. Just call me lonesome, heartbroken and some, 'cause I ain't got no one since you've been gone. You call me baby, now I got a new name. I don't need my old one, call me lonesome from now on. And fall apart again, remembering when I was the only man you needed. We said forever we'd be together. We came between us and now forever lies in pieces. Just call me lonesome, heartbroken and some, 'cause I ain't got no one since you've been gone. You called me baby, now I got a new name. I don't need my old one, call me lonesome from now on.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit of the Dynabrass. They're going to be performing live for you guys on New Year's Eve. And geez, just a whole lot of great polka music coming your way. And that is going to be a lot of fun. We've got a song right now on the Polka Road recording of Polka Family. Here's one called Hands a Clappin'.
Bierzemy się za ręce wszyscy razem w koło, do naszego rytmu bawmy się. Melodia każdemu do ucha dziś pada, dobra jest zabawa, bawmy się. Come on out and party too.
Yeah, Polka Family entertaining you right here on a Polkas After Dark. You're going to get to see all three of those bands, the Michael Costa and the Beat, the Dyna Brass, and also the Polka Family Band on New Year's Eve at that big New Year's Eve extravaganza coming up this December 31st. And then don't forget, on the 30th, you're going to get a chance to catch The Project, a one-time only gig. They're in, they're out. And then also Michael Costa and the Beat. Hey, we've got a song that we had queued up here, Sunshine Feelin'. Here's one by Chicago's Milwaukee Avenue. Hey, once again, for Vince and Marie Sosnowski, Gary Taylor is joining us. Also, Kathy Urbanchik is here. Shirley Shivets, hello to you and Eddie. Okay, a little bit of Chicago's Milwaukee Avenue. Jerry is back sitting here again. She had to run over to the neighbors.
Yes.
But
working on a project.
Working on a project, and that's nice. You do so much stuff. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Sometimes it's crazy. You know what else is crazy? These guys are going to be playing 2 nights in Arizona, and we want to make mention of that too. And that is coming up real soon, like next weekend. If you're out in the Arizona area, or if you're going to be visiting friends and neighbors, November 18th and 19th, you can catch these guys. It's the Pulaski Club in Phoenix, Arizona. And Friday night is a kickoff party. November the 17th, it's a meet and greet with DJ Nickel City Dave, a.k.a. Bonk. He's going to be there. He starts things off at 6 p.m. It's free admission for that. But on Saturday and Sunday, it is only, catch this, $15 admission at the door. Kids under 12 are free. And it's going to be featuring these guys right here, Michael Costa and the Beat. Hey, Hey, congratulations once again to Veronica and Michael on their second grandson. Hey, hello to Denise and Kevin.
That's how a cowgirl breaks a young man's heart. That's how my whole world slowly fell apart. With a cold and empty stare, as if I wasn't there. She didn't even stop to cry. That's how a cowgirl says goodbye.
Hey, also good evening to Mr. Steve Gramala down in Dunkirk, New York. Hey, looks like Trisha Roliter is here. Dan Novak, brother Dan, is in the house. Also, Marcia Moscato. Good evening to you, Marcia. And Chuck Troiani, welcome.
Just to find out how she'd been. She said she stayed the night in San Antonio. Spent some time with an old friend. With all the distance between us, I'm sure I never crossed her mind. And it may take all these roads I'm on just to leave it all behind. That's how a cowgirl breaks a young man's heart. That's how my whole world slowly fell apart. With a cold and empty stare, as if I wasn't there. She didn't even stop to cry. That's how a cowgirl says goodbye. That's how a cowgirl breaks a young man's heart. That's how my whole world slowly fell apart. With a cold and empty stare, as if I wasn't there. She didn't even stop to cry. That's how a cowgirl says goodbye.
Oh yeah, Michael Costa, The Beat. They're going to be performing, as we showed you there, in Arizona this coming weekend. You can't go wrong with that. Polkas After Dark, yep, that's what you're tuned to right now. We're here until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We want to say good evening to Juliana Butler, and she is here. And she says, hi there. Please say hi to Mom Linda. Hi, Mom Linda. And she is there listening in, I think it's Ocala?
It could be.
Ocala, Florida?
Sounds about right.
Ocala. Gee, I don't know. Hey,
But hi,
Juliana,
Mom.
please. Yeah, hi, Mom. Juliana, please let us know. Like, type it out phonetically because I don't really know what to say to that. Jeez, I hate that because I like to be able to mention that stuff. Hey, Shirley Shivets, we mentioned that she is on. Her and Eddie, they had to pack up the cottage and move some stuff today. Didn't get a chance to talk to him yesterday or today, unfortunately. But Eddie, we want to try to get him on possibly the first weekend or the second weekend, the Sunday, on an interview here in December. So the first or second weekend, we're keeping that open for Mr. Jay-Z, John Zalasco, and also Mr. Ed Shivets. We'd love to have them on. Wanted to reach out to Mr. Pete Dardzinski, but I don't think he's a big Facebook guy. I don't think he's on there all the time. Ocala.
I see you were right.
Ocala. See? Ocala. I should go with my instincts. Ocala. Or Ocala.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Ocala. Hi, Linda in Ocala. Now, my next question is, where in the hell is Ocala, Julie? I
Play a song.
I have no clue as to where that's at. Hey, how about Dennis Motyka?
Dzisiaj duże wesele, dzisiaj duże wesele, goście się sprowadzają, a młodzi i witają. Dzisiaj duże wesele, dzisiaj duże wesele, pani młoda wesoła.
Thank you, Julie.
Tak mędza bardzo kocha. Słuchajcie, muzykanci na weselu. Opa! Śpiewam se wesoło, hej, od rana do nocy. Śpiewam se wesoło, hej, od rana do nocy. Będzie po wszystkiemu godzinę po północy. Będzie po wszystkiemu godzinę po północy. Moje porełoczka i żonę mi wybrali. Moje porełoczka i żonę mi wybrali. Będzie weselisko, ej, na te piękne sali. Będzie weselisko, ej, na te piękne sali.
Hey, here's a tune by the Drell Tones, Andy Fennis and the gang, one called I Never Will Marry Waltz.
Some say that love is a gentle thing, but it only has cost me pain. For the only girl I ever did love left on the midnight train. I never will marry. I will take me no wife. I expect to live single all of my life. The train pulled out and the whistle blew with a long and a lonesome moan. She's gone like the midnight dew, left me all alone. I never will marry. I'll take me no wife. I expect to live single all of my life. There's many a change in the winter wind and a change in the cloudy side. There's many a change in a young girl's heart, but never a change in mine. I never will marry. I'll take me no wife.
Hey, let's get a little bit of the beat with a Limelight / Magic Tones medley. And we're going to say good evening to Mr. Mark Cohan, Mark and Kyle.
I walked in, she was standing over there with just one look in her eyes. I was almost hypnotized. Said, hello, would you like to dance with me? So as we danced around again, I wish this song would never end. Let's do one more dance just around the floor. Give me one more dance, I won't ask for more. Maybe if you dance around with me, in my arms you'll wanna be, spending time together happily. Let's do one more dance just around the floor. Let's do one more dance, then you'll know for sure that I would treat you in a special way. Be together night and day, in my arms I hope you'll always stay.
PowerBroadcastLabelC.com.
What to say?
górali, hej, ciupagami na Moskoli. 4000 chłopców górali, hej, z ciupagami na Moskoli. Hej, Madziar pije, hej, Madziar płaci, hej, za Madziara płacą dzieci. Hej, płacą dzieci, hej, płacę żona, hej, bo Madziara nie ma doma. Hej, płacą dzieci, hej, płacę żona, hej, bo Madziara nie ma doma.
Special delivery. You're going to be hearing them and seeing them appear over at the Buffalo Polka Booster Christmas party. Yeah. Hey, the tickets are done with the sales as of December 1st. No more ticket sales. And we're going to just bring that right up here on the screen one more quick time because we are already looking at 9 minutes before the hour of 7 p.m. Let's see here. And Jerry, I'm going to read that real quick until you get that up on your screen. But it says the Buffalo Polka Booster Christmas Party. Yes. Saturday, December the 9th, 2023. From 6 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Oh, that's aggravating. It is. I can't wait to get a call after this from Kohan and saying, "What are you guys doing?"
Music by special delivery.
Yep.
Doors open at 6 p.m.
Yep.
Cash bar. Dinner is 6:30 sharp.
Yes.
Music and dancing from 7:30 to 10:30. Members are $30. Guests are $40. All tables will be assigned seating.
Now, does that mean like if I contact Chris that she can set us at 2 different tables?
She could have, if you request it.
Yeah, because I don't know if I want to actually hang with you the whole entire night.
Why? I'm cool.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're cool. Okay. All right. Yeah. And make mention that tickets must be purchased by December the 1st. I just said that a couple of seconds ago.
You did. And it will be held at the Polish Falcons, 445 Columbia Drive, Dupuy, New York, 14043.
To get a hold of tickets, give Chris Tansky a call at 716-771-1076 or Barb Morose at
716-668-2694.
Wesołe Świąt Bożego Narodzenia. You know who taught me how to say that, right? Come on, Chet Kovakowski. Yep. Chet Kovakowski. He says, okay, here's the way you say it. Hey, Debbie Benson is here. Okay, let's see who else. Susan Swartz is here. We thank you guys for tuning us in. Don't forget, we are here every single weekend. Most of the time.
Weekends.
Yeah, we're going to be missing a couple because we've got the Buffalo Polka Booster Christmas party. So we're not going to be on that particular evening. That Sunday, though, we'll be here on December the 10th. We've got a couple more songs here that we want to do as we kind of wind down the evening. We did have another song here by Seven, and here is a song called Lost My Doll. This off of that brand new Fairway to Seven.
Zalecam się ojciec dziewczynie idź się z nią ożenić. Idź się z nią ożenić. Rodzice nie dali, bracia zabraniali, kazali mu zwiadyć. Rodzice nie dali, bracia zabraniali, kazali mu zwiadyć. Gdy młodzienie ze świata powrócił, cząc swą lubę odwiedzić. Cząc swą lubę odwiedzić. Zbliży się do okna, widzi matka smutna, zaczęło mu serce bić. Zbliży się do okna, widzi matka smutna, zaczęło mu serce bić. Powiecie, córeczka jest, powiecie, córeczka jest. Zoraj ten dzień minął, jak ochowali, tylko za nią smutek jest. Zoraj ten dzień minął, jak ochowali, tylko za nią smutek jest. Gdy młodzienie z nocnym kastękuje, brama mu się otwiera, brama mu się otwiera. Się kłanają, jemu znać dawają, że to luba spoczywa. Róże się kłanają, jemu znać dawają, że to luba spoczywa.
Hey, there you go. That is 7, a little bit of Lost My Doll polka. Andy Boychuk on the vocal. Hey, kids, it is time for us to say so long. As we always say, we thank you so much for tuning us in. And if you've been listening in your car,
thanks for the ride.
Yeah, that's your part right there. The thanks for the ride thing. Yeah, Sue Howard popped on just now. Hey, everybody saying thanks so much for the great evening. Chris Curtis, thank you. Say hello to Sandy for us. Mr. Roger Malinowski said, thank you again, Robin, for all the nice comments. Well, they are very sincere. And Roger, you know, we've invited you on the broadcast to come on to talk about your musical history, because boy, would that be like a 4-hour show. Definitely. And it would be fun to have some of the drummers actually typing in, asking a bunch of questions, because everybody, I mean, Roger Malinowski is the drummer for any polka musician that has ever...
I've heard that.
Has ever set their foot on stage, put an album on, whatever the case may be. But Roger, we have a very special surprise for you. Not next week, because we are interviewing Kenny Yash next week, Sunday. But the following Sunday, we are interviewing the O's. That's right. We are talking with Danny, Johnny, and Teddy Jr. Oksheshek from Chicago, and they have agreed to show up at your house. They're going to knock on the door. You're going to answer the door. They're going to tie you up, hold a phone up to your ear, and we're gonna force you. No, we would never do that, Raj. You know that, but we've always loved the way you drum. And you know, it's funny because even people like Eddie Rieski that you talk to, you say, hey, name a particular drummer, and Roger is always at number one. You've got Bobby Jima somewhere around there. You've got JT, Jerry Tokarz, the drummers that really lit the world on fire with the Versatones, and it would send chills up my spine, Raj, if you would think about doing that. I'm begging and pleading. No, I'm not. I'm not begging and pleading. Yes, I am. Yet. Hey, guys, girls, listen. That's all there is. There is no more. We're going to end it out with a project because you're going to be seeing them on December the 30th along with Michael Costa and the Beat at that New Year's Eve extravaganza. And this one we're going to send out for the lovely Barbara Bukowski. And also Jill Cerniak loves this song too. There's one called Happy Go Strange. Hey, Raj, we're just playing with you. They're not going to show up on Sunday afternoon. They're actually coming out Saturday night to make sure that you're home. Hey, once again, good night to Ashley Torres out there in Indiana. Honey, we didn't forget about you. Thanks so much. Hey, also Patrick Boychuk. He is our Patrick Butzak. He is here. Also, let's see, John Straka. Everybody that has tuned in. Michael Catanzaro, good evening to you. There is no more. Good night, everybody. Polkas After Dark. Don't forget to catch us next week, Saturday. We gotta fly. See you then. Hey, that's all there is. There is no more. Good night, everybody. Polkas After Dark. Don't forget to catch us next week, Saturday. We gotta fly. See you then. Hey, that's all.